aspirants, welcome to Detail Chronicles by ABHIRAM IAS Academy. So, ee roju Detail Chronicles lo bhaganga, let's talk about the census and also let's talk about the caste census. Clear? Mari ee roju ee article enduku discuss chestunnamante Hindu newspaper lo detailed ga explain chesadu annattu. And recently Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that. So, article em cheptundo chuddam first. So, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has announced the next census will be conducted in 2 phases and that the reference date for caste enumeration will be on March 1st of 2027. Clear? Article malli chadutuna chudandi. The Union Home Minister has announced that the next census will be conducted in 2 phases and the reference date for census enumeration will be on March 1st of 2027. Clear? And article em explain chestundi ante what is the article all about is what is the significance of the census, and also the article is also explaining when was the first caste census conducted, what are the 2 phases of current census exercise, and also why is caste going to be enumerated in the upcoming census ante caste census. Also, why are southern states and some of the smaller states apprehensive about the census exercise? That is, we all know delimitation issue jarugutundi ani cheppesi. Clear? So, first census ante ento telusukundamu, historical background of census telusukundamu. Then caste census, what is the need of this caste census ani kuda nechukundamu. And further, it is very important in the GS1 perspective, like GS1 perspective lo what are the implications of caste census అని అడగొచ్చు. అండ్ సెకండ్ థింగ్ ఇన్ GS2 ఆల్సో లైక్ డీలిమిటేషన్ గురించి వచ్చినప్పుడు దెన్ సెన్సస్ ప్రస్తావన తీసుకురావచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ ఉమెన్ రిజర్వేషన్, బికాస్ ఉమెన్ రిజర్వేషన్ యాక్ట్ అనేది వచ్చింది కానీ ఇట్ ఈస్ లింక్డ్ విత్ ది డీలిమిటేషన్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో లింక్డ్ విత్ ది సెన్సస్. క్లియర్? సో ద హోలిస్టిక్ స్టోరీ డీటెయిల్గా తెలుసుకుందాం ఈరోజు. అండ్ దేర్ ఇస్ అ ప్రాబబిలిటీ క్వశ్చన్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ యూ, మేబీ ప్రాబబిలిటీ క్వశ్చన్, దట్ ఈస్ critically analyze the implications of conducting a caste-based census in India. So first part of the question enti critically analyze. You have to analyze critically, that is both positives and negatives. Critically analyze the implications of conducting a caste-based census in India, and also how can such data aid in assuring the social justice while also raising the challenges of political and also social fragmentation. Clear? This is a probable question. So this is a probable question. So question rasi and daily mains answer writing lo bhaganga you can write the answers and submit to us. Clear? If you are having doubts like how to start the answer or inka further ga means gurinchi edana doubts unna gaani answer start cheyalekapothunnamu, ela start cheyali, introduction ela undali, body ela undali, ending ela rayali, this all things you can come here and inquiry us. And also daily mains answer writing anedi start avutundi in ABHIRAM IAS Academy. It has been already started. If further you are a fresher and like you're having trouble in answer writing, please do come, please do visit us, we'll be helping you all the time. Thank you. So the question is, again I'll read this, if you can try to answer this. Critically analyze the implications of conducting a caste-based census in India, and also how can such data aid in ensuring social justice while also raising challenges of political and social fragmentation. This is a question. You can write the answer and submit us. Further, let's see why this census is important to us. So, this census will trigger a chain reaction involving first is delimitation of Lok Sabha seats. If delimitation of Lok Sabha seats jarginappudu chesinappudu what happens? Women reservation kuda it will come into the picture. Next is implementation of women's reservation. Actually women's reservation act have been passed, but what we are waiting for? We are waiting for census. Next, push for one nation one election. You are familiar with this one nation one election? It's important concept for mains maybe. And next is possible national caste census. Now India is going towards caste census. Clear? So a chain of reaction anedi link ayi undi. First is delimitation valla women reservation act possible avutundi to bring into the force. The next is push for one nation one election, and further thing is that possible national caste census. Clear? Now, next let's see the historical and legal framework behind the census. So, according to the Article 82, delimitation is linked with the census. Article 82 దేని గురించి? Delimitation గురించి. Delimitation అంటే ఏంటి? అంటే ఒక బార్డర్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఒక స్టేట్ బార్డర్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఎంతమంది ఏ కేటగిరీ అంటే ఏ జోన్స్ కింద వస్తారు అని చెప్పేసి. Delimitation is segregation of the boundaries. Clear? So, readjustment of Lok Sabha seats after each census. That is here delimitation. It is delimitation is with respect to the Article 82. Article 82 deals with the delimitation. So, delimitation ante enti? Readjustment of Lok Sabha seats after every census. Done? And further, if we see, it is freezed. ఇప్పుడు delimitation అనేది ఫ్రీజ్ అయిపోయింది. అంటే లోక్సభ సీట్స్ ఆర్ ఫ్రీజ్డ్. కానీ ఎప్పుడైతే సెన్సస్ జరుగుతుందో, లాస్ట్ టైం ది సెన్సస్ వాజ్ ఇన్ 2011. కానీ ఎవ్రీ 10 years కి సెన్సస్ జరగాలి కదా. బట్ యాక్చువల్లీ 2021 లో జరగాలి. బట్ ఇట్ వాస్ పోస్ట్పోన్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ COVID-19 పాండమిక్. క్లియర్? అండ్ ద నెక్స్ట్ డేట్ ఇస్ గివెన్ లైక్ 2027. డన్? సో ఈ delimitation సీట్స్ అనేవి ఫ్రీజ్ అయిపోయినవి. లోక్సభ సీట్స్ హ్యావ్ బీన్ freezed with respect to 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act and 84th Constitutional Amendment Act, where Indira Gandhi froze the seats. Indira Gandhi time lo seats అనేవి froze అయిపోయినాయి. Where okay, so Article 42nd, Constitutional Amendment Act 42nd CA తీసుకుంటే it has been frozen till 2000. Further గా 84th Constitutional Amendment ఏం చేసింది? Extended. Like 84th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2002, it has been further extended and froze till 2026. So, andukani India is going for its census in the year of 2027. Clear? So, delimitation only can begin after publication of census data post 2026 unless amended again. So, malli దీన్ని amend చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే చేసుకోవచ్చు. But maybe they won't do like that. But compulsory census అనేది అనౌన్స్ చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి India will go to its census count in the year of 2027. Done? So, ఇప్పటికి అంటే 84th Constitutional Amendment of 2002 ఏం చెప్తుంది అంటే this delimitation seats, the number of Lok Sabha seats have been frozen till the year 2026. Clear? So, census is very important for its delimitation and also for the Women Reservation Act and also for the caste enumeration, caste census, that is simply clear. Now, next, అసలు సెన్సస్ అంటే ఏంటి, కాస్ట్ సెన్సస్ అంటే ఏంటో చూద్దాం ఒకసారి. సెన్సస్ అంటే ఏంటి? దిస్ సింప్లీ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇండియాస్ పాపులేషన్ రిపోర్ట్ కార్డ్. క్లియర్? సింప్లీ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇండియాస్ పాపులేషన్. ఓకే, లెట్ మీ. వాట్ ఇస్ సెన్సస్ సింప్లీ? సెన్సస్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇండియాస్ పాపులేషన్ రిపోర్ట్ కార్డ్. సింపుల్ గా చెప్పాలి అంటే మరి రిపోర్ట్ కార్డులో ఏమేమి ఉంటవి? ఈ రిపోర్ట్ కార్డులో ఏమేమి ఉంటవి అంటే డీటెయిల్స్ ఆఫ్ ది పర్సన్ లైక్ ఏజ్, జెండర్, ఆక్యుపేషన్, ఒక ఇంట్లో ఎంతమంది ఉంటున్నారు. క్లియర్? సో a particular report card will be given. Are they having LPG connection or not? Toilet facilities ఉన్నాయా లేవా? ఇవన్నీ డీటెయిల్స్ ఈ ప్రోగ్రెస్ రిపోర్ట్ కార్డ్ లో ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద సెన్సస్. క్లియర్? సో సెన్సస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ సిస్టమాటికల్లీ కలెక్షన్, కంపైలేషన్ అండ్ అనాలిసిస్ ఆఫ్ డేటా రిలేటెడ్ టు ది పాపులేషన్. ఇది ఫస్ట్ టైమా ఆర్ ఎల్స్ రీసెంట్ గా వచ్చిన కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇది? నో, ఫ్రమ్ ద అంటే కౌటిల్య పీరియడ్ నుంచి, కౌటిల్య కన్నా ముందు నుంచి యాక్చువల్గా చెప్పాలి అంటే from our Indus Valley civilization also it has been started counting of the population, and during Harshavardhana period it has been like a ఏమంటారు కరెక్ట్ వర్డ్, ఒక సిస్టమాటిక్ ప్రాసెస్ లో అనేది జరిగింది అన్నట్టు during the Harshavardhana period where he maintained the records. Now further, if you take the ancient India during the Ashokan period, that is Kautilya's Ardhashastra referred to the population records, and also in the medieval period Ainkari Akbari during the Akbar's rule contained administrative and demographic details. Clear? This is the historical background. Ippudu caste census ki vaste. Caste census ante particularly like OBC ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు, given population లో how many OBCs, OCs, EWS, SC/ST category, all the other castes. Clear? That is the, అంటే ఒక population లో ఎంతమంది ఏ caste కి ఉంటారు అని చెప్పేసి population demographic details తీసుకునే దాన్ని caste census అని అంటూ ఉంటాము. Clear? So a caste census refers to the systematic collection of data regarding individually caste identities. Caste identities as a part of national-wide enumeration process. And further, if we see the historical background, the term caste have been originated from the Spanish word casta. Casta ante enti? Oka hereditary race or hereditary groups. So basically caste ante enti asalu? What does mean by caste? Caste is simply nothing but we define caste as heterogeneous group where people share common traditions, common family names, and main importantly common occupation. So caste ante enti? Caste is nothing but a heterogeneous endogamy group where people share common traditions, common family name, that is common surnames, and also common occupation. Intaku mundunna varna system, it has been slowly evolved into the caste system. Clear? So the term caste is originated from the Spanish word casta, where casta means race or hereditary group. And further, the Portuguese colonialists used it to describe the India's jati system. Intaku mundu jati varna system undedi kada. So Portuguese vachin tarvata it have been evolved into the caste system. Clear? Now next. Okay. So what is caste అనేది మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చూద్దాము. So M.N. Srinivas noted who is a noted India's sociologist, defined caste as a hereditary. See, remember when in GS1 society lo, Indian society lo direct e definition use cheyochu. So what is caste? A hereditary, endogamous, usually localized group linked to a specific occupation and occupying a particular position in the social hierarchy. Clear? Once again I'll tell you, a hereditary, endogamous, usually localized group linked to a specific occupation and occupying a special position in the social hierarchy. This is the caste definition. And tarvata మరి సెన్సస్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయింది? సెన్సస్ ఎప్పటి నుంచే ఉంది. మరి మోడర్న్ ఇండియాలో ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయింది అంటే ఫస్ట్ సింక్రోనస్ సెన్సస్ వాస్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఇన్ ది ఇయర్ 1881 under British period. And further, W.C. Plowden was the first census commissioner, and he is also called as father of Indian census. He is also called as father of Indian census. So first synchronous census was started in the year 1881 by Britishers, such that W.C. Plowden was the first census commissioner in India, and he is also called as father of Indian census. And also caste enumeration was also done for Hindus, and it was lastly done in the year 1931. Clear? So caste enumerations for Hindus was lastly done in the year 1931. So caste census kuda, this is not the first time. Before also we went for the caste census, kan madhyalo stop chesamu. Done? So almost episode stop ayindante 1931 lo. Next, let's see the legal framework behind this. So census is coming under the union list. 7th schedule unda, 7th schedule lo union list, concurrent list, state list untuda. So census anedi it comes under the union list. Clear? It doesn't come under the concurrent list. Remember, it may be as in prelims. Census comes under the which list? Union list. Clear? Entry 69, list 1 of the 7th schedule. And further, the Act enti ante Census Act of 1948, which governs the legal framework. Who are the key functionaries? Key functions ఎవరెవరు అంటే Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, who is appointed by the center at the central level. At the state level, Directors of Census Operations, and further enumerates mostly ante inka vere evaru ante mostly consist of school teachers deputed by the local authorities. మీ ఇంట్లోకి వచ్చి సెన్సస్ తీసుకోవడానికి మీ ఇంటికి వస్తారా? ఎవరు వస్తారో? మోస్ట్లీ గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ టీచర్స్ విల్ కమ్, అవునా కాదా? దే విల్ కమ్, దే విల్ ఆస్క్ వాట్ ఆర్ యూర్ డీటెయిల్స్, ఆధార్ ప్రూఫ్, ఎవరెవరైతే ఇంట్లో ఉంటున్నారో ఆధార్ ప్రూఫ్, క్లియర్. అండ్ రీసెంట్గా we all experienced because Telangana has went for its first caste census. Clear with that? Okay. Recently ఇంటికి వచ్చేసి what is your caste, what is your occupation అనేసి తెలుసుకున్నారు కదా? Done. So who are the key functionaries? Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, who is appointed by the center at the state level, and also Directors of Census Operation at the state level. Done. And remember, census comes under the union list. Now further asal process enti anedi chuddam. Ela census ni ante process of the census calculation anedi. First, housing of ante listing of the houses, housing list, like it is conducted 5 to 6 months before the population count, collects information on housing and amenities. 2011 lo 35 questions adigaru, like టాయిలెట్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయా లేవా, కుకింగ్ ఫ్యూల్ ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ కరెక్ట్గా ఉందా లేదా, కిచెన్ ఉందా లేదా, వెహికల్ ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు, టీవీఆర్ కంప్యూటర్ ఎక్సెట్రా. కానీ ఇప్పుడు మేబీ లైక్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ ద డిజిటల్ సెన్సస్ ఆల్సో. 2027 we can go for the digital census also. Let's see what are the details I will be asking. So house listing, like conducted 5 to 6 months before the actual population count, collects information on housing and amenities, basic amenities like electricity, toilet facilities, cooking fuel, ఏ వెహికల్ వాడుతున్నారు అని చెప్పేసి. In 2011 లో 35 questions అడిగారు apart from the details. And further, phase 2 is population enumeration, conducted in February of census year. So reference date is March 1st. As per the article, captures individual level data like your name, age, sex, మదర్ టంగ్ ఏంటి, లిటరసీ లెవెల్స్ ఎంత ఉన్నవి ఒక హౌస్లో, ఎస్సీ ఎస్టీనా అంటే ఆక్యుపేషన్ ఏంటి, రిజర్వేషన్ స్టేటస్ ఏంటి, ఆక్యుపేషన్, రిలీజన్ ఎక్సెట్రా. అండ్ ఫర్దర్ ఒక ప్రొవిజనల్ డేటా అనేది రిలీజ్ చేస్తారు. సో ప్రొవిజనల్ డేటా విల్ బి రిలీజ్ సూన్ ఆఫ్టర్, ఫుల్ రిపోర్ట్ విల్ బి రిలీజ్డ్ 2 years లేటర్. క్లియర్? సో 2011లో డేటా తీసుకుంటే 2013లో ఫుల్ డేటా అనేది రిలీజ్ చేశారు ఆఫ్టర్ 2 years. This is the process of the census. First, they'll come to your home. They will see that basic amenities and what are the basic amenities of your house. ఏమేమి ఉన్నవి అని చెప్పేసి. నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి, పాపులేషన్ ఎన్యూమరేషన్. మళ్ళీ వచ్చేసి దే ఆర్ కండక్టెడ్ ఇన్ ఫిబ్రవరి అండ్ మోస్ట్లీ వన్ టైమే చేసేస్తారు. బట్ సమ్వేర్, ఓకే, క్లియర్, దే విల్ క్యాప్చర్ ది నేమ్, సెక్స్, ఏజ్, మదర్ టంగ్, లిటరసీ, రిజర్వేషన్ స్టేటస్ ఏంటి, ఆక్యుపేషన్ ఏంటి, రిలీజన్ ఏంటి ఎక్సెట్రా. ఫర్దర్ అగైన్ డీటెయిల్స్. సో ఫర్ సపోజ్ 2027లో డేటా కలెక్ట్ చేసి ప్రొవిజనల్ డేటాను రిలీజ్ చేస్తారు 2027లో. ఆఫ్టర్ 2 years ఆఫ్ లిస్ట్, like it will be again released in 2029. Clear? Now further, but census chusam kada. Now what are the objectives of conducting the caste census? So census chusamu. Census enti, delimitation ki use avutundi, women reservation ki use avutundi, and further caste enumeration ki kuda. Mari aa caste enumeration objectives ento chuddaamu. So first thing is to provide comprehensive data on the socio-economic and demographic distribution of the caste groups. Clear? అసలు ఈ caste groups ఏమున్నాయి అని ఎందుకు తీసుకోవాలి? పాలసీ మేకింగ్, పాలసీ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ కి మేజర్ థింగ్ ఏంటి? caste based. Clear? So first is policy formulation on social justice. For social justice, తర్వాత affirmative action and reservation. Also welfare schemes ని పెడుతున్నప్పుడు, వెల్ఫేర్ స్కీమ్స్ ని ప్రమోట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆయా caste related welfare schemes ni publish cheyali kada. So welfare schemes targeting backward and marginalized communities. Clear? So these are the primary objectives of the caste enumeration. So policy making okati, welfare schemes okati, affirmative action and reservation to claim the reservation. Next, let's see the historical context. So in the period of 1881, first time 1881 lo start chesinది కదా British modern India lo. So 1881 to 1931, caste was a regular part of census under British rule. తర్వాత 1941లో caste data collected but not published. Clear? Not published due to World War I. 1881 to 1931, caste enumeration was a basic part of the census. But coming to the 1941, caste census was collected, but they didn't publish it due to World War II. తర్వాత post 1951లో caste enumeration అనేది discontinue చేశారు. Clear? Caste enumeration was discontinued except for the SCs and STs. Clear? And further 1961 నుంచి states were allowed to conduct their state specific OBC list. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు వెల్ఫేర్ స్కీమ్స్ అండ్ పాలసీస్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి కదా. సో 1961 నుంచి ఏం చేశారంటే center has said if the states wants to take the list of OBCs, they are very free to take అని చెప్పేసి, they are very free to calculate అని చెప్పేసి. Now further in 2011, socio-economic and caste census were conducted. Socio-economic and caste census were conducted. That is simply SCCC with respect to the states. Clear? National wide తీసుకోలేదు, but state wise data was published. Clear? So this is the historical context where 1881 to 1931 caste was very popular in enumeration and census తీసుకున్నప్పుడే caste was also counted. But further in 1941, they have been collected, but they have not been published due to World War II. And further in the year 1951, caste enumeration was completely stopped. Further 1961, states have been given free hand to collect the caste census. And further in 2011, socio-economic and caste census was conducting. Clear? Taravata. Let's see the significance of census and let's see the significance of why caste census is important. Significance of census చూసేసాము. That is helps in planning, policy making, welfare targeting, administrative reforms and resource allocation. And based on data for, it is a base data for reservation, for delimitation, public distribution systems, infrastructure development, and further crucial for SDG monitoring, sustainable development goals monitoring, and decentralized governance like gram panchayats and municipalities. Idi significance of the census. Simple. Significance of caste census kuda telusukunnam kada, welfare policies kosam, growth kosam. Clear? So why is caste census important now ante there is lack of authentic OBC data which is hampering effective implementation of reservation policies, and also it can serve as baseline for socio-economic upliftment programs like policies and schemes, and also growing demand from the political parties and civil societies for the data-driven policy on caste-based inequalities. So, idi census significance and idi caste-based census significance. Clear? Already objectives నేర్చుకున్నాము. ఇది significance, where you can directly use this all PPT in your answer writing also. Now further, so asal article em cheptundi, the key highlights. Let's see census 2027 key highlights. First, it is dealing about the basis for delimitation post 2026, where 84th constitutional amendment has been freezing this delimitation and a freezing of the Lok Sabha seats till the year 2026. Mari further 2026 తర్వాత జరిగే ఎలక్షన్స్ కి సెన్సస్ మీదనే కదా delimitation అనేది చేస్తాము. So this 2027 data is very much important for further delimitation. So post 2026, Lok Sabha and state assembly seats may be relocated based on 2027 census data, and further it raises concern among the southern and northeastern states where there is a probability of losing these seats. Endukante southern states have been gone for the population control, whereas northern states they're raising in the population. So appudu em avutundi delimitation jariginappudu Lok Sabha seats is regarding with the population kada. So delimitation jariginappudu there are higher chances that southern states ki takku seats vachesi northern states ki ekku seats ravochu. Clear? So raises concern among the southern and northeastern states who were losing the representation due to the population control success. And further, Women's Reservation implementation. So Women's Reservation Act have been come in 2023, where mandates that almost 33% reservation for women in Lok Sabha and also in state legislative assemblies. So this can be implemented only after the census. So can be implemented only after the census and delimitation from 2029. See, though it has come in 2023, due to delay of census and delimitation, we are unable to implement this policy. So, it can be implemented only after census and delimitation from 2029 general elections. Now, and the other two are like caste enumeration. So, the first time after the post 1931, all caste details of Hindus, not just SC or ST, will be captured. Whatever the caste under Hindus, all the caste will be listed in this. And also, why it is significant? Because demand driven by opposition parties and civil society and requires extensive preparatory work. Hence, 2027 date have been given. And further, one nation, one poll or one nation, one election ki ellalonna sare, census anedi important. Asalu enta population growth unnadi, is it feasible or not ani cheppesi. So, requires 5 constitutional amendments. Ramnath Kovind committee pragmatically liked after 2029 post delimitation reservation adjustment. Politically sensitive, logistically complex, simply nothing but ante one nation, one election ki ochina like negatives enti ani cheppesi. Clear? Next. Let's see the issues. Key issues enti? Northern and southern division anedi vastundi. So delimitation fears where southern and smaller states may lose seats due to the lower population growth as discussed, and also data accuracy. So caste enumeration must be systematic and error-free to avoid the social and political unrest. Andukani, now India is also planning for the digital census. India is planning for the digital census. Let's see what happens. Ivi issues. That's all. So, quick recap. What we have learned. So, article is telling about the significance of the census. We have learned a question, answer this question, try to answer this question, and also a chain of reactions are based on census, that is delimitation of Lok Sabha seats, implementation of women reservation, push for one nation, one election, and also possible national and census enumeration appude caste census kuda enumerate cheyochu. Legal and constitutional context, that is article 22, which is dealing with delimitation, and freeze imposed like 84th constitutional amendment have been freezed till the year of 2026. And further, census and caste census and the differences, what is caste and good and నేర్చుకున్నాము, what are the major implications or key insights with respect to the modern census initiation. So who is called father of Indian census? W.C. Plowden, who has been ante 1881 నుంచి ఈ సెన్సస్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అయింది మోడర్న్ ఇండియాలో. వాట్ ఇస్ కాస్ట్ అనేది కూడా నేర్చుకున్నాము, ద డెఫినేషన్, అండ్ ఆల్సో లీగల్ అండ్ కాన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ది కాస్ట్, ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ సెన్సస్, caste కాదు, legal and institutional framework with respect to the census, objectives of caste census, historical context, significance of both census and caste census, further census 2027 key highlights, and tarvata what is the issues and cheppesi. So this is the very important topic which can be asked in your SC, which can be asked in your ethics, GS2 paper, GS1 paper. Clear? So holistic ga మొత్తం caste census గురించి మొత్తం క్లియర్గా తెలుసుకోండి, అండ్ రైట్ ఫ్యూ పాయింట్స్, put it down అంటే put it down on the paper. Clear? If you're having any doubts with respect to the answer writing, you can come here, visit us. We have started daily answer writing program also. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.